Hey, what's up, guys? So, Blade and Soul officially launches January 19th, 2016, so a little over a week from now. The Head Start period is actually January 15th. We don't know the exact time yet, so we're going to go through some tips and tricks to get you started, to get a great head start, and to get just progression crushing through pretty much the optimal start to Blade and Soul and what you should be doing, because there's a lot of tricks and tips and potentially like cheating things that you could use to get ahead in Blade and Soul and get to, level 45 in a day or two. So here we go, guys. So a lot of the tricks have to do with the cash shop here, the Hongmoon store. There's these items in here, at least in the closed betas, called the Hongmoon Triangular Amphilas and Hongmoon Triangle Diamonds, and these things can be equipped to your weapon to give a sizable increase in attack power. There's also Exp Boosting potions in the cash shop that you're going to be wanting to take advantage of. So in the beginning, there's going to be a ton of players, and the zones are going to be super crowded. You're not going to be able to spin all those roulette wheels that you're going to want. So these wheels right here, you're going to fight bosses and get these tokens from killing the world bosses, but unfortunately there's not enough roulette wheels, and even though there's going to be different channels that you can switch to, you're not going to be able to spin these wheels as frequently as you want to complete your complete Hongmoon sets and get all your weapons and armors. So the best thing to do is to actually kind of like skip past these, because you don't want to be sitting in a line here potentially pressing, spamming F to try and fight your way through to spin the wheel. That will be wasting precious moments and seconds that you could be out there questing and actually engaging in combat and gaining experience and pushing forward. Once you break away from the pack, the first starting zone, then you can start using the wheels and such. And in order to break away from the pack, again, you have to just do what people aren't doing, and that is stay away from these wheels. If you can potentially get one spin-off, great, but otherwise maybe change channels, look for a wheel that is not completely just lined up, 100 people there. If you can't see any wheel that is completely open and free, just move ahead, keep questing. Questing in the beginning of the game is the most important thing that you can do. You're going to get a lot of EXP through quests. Most of your EXP is going to come through questing. So skip the wheels for the very beginning if you are planning on doing head start or potentially the launch day, because there probably will be queues. There's going to be a huge line on the wheels, and just keep moving forward. You're going to be able to purchase the items that you need to actually upgrade your weapon through the auction house. So don't worry about getting the items that you need to upgrade your weapon. You're also going to be picking up items like this that are sealed. You do not want to use your sealing keys. Do not unseal any of these items. You do not need to seal them. Sealing keys are extremely important, and also the lockbox keys, the special keys, are extremely important. Do not use your unsealing charms or your keys on anything that is early game. You're going to want to keep that stuff for late in the game, once you get probably 30 plus levels up there. Those are going to be items that you're going to need to use their sealing charms on. They're very expensive. They are, like a gold or so, or a couple silver. I don't know the exact money value, but they are extremely expensive and extremely valuable in the beginning of the game. Do not use your sealing charms and your keys. Keep those, guys. Buy the things that you need off of the auction house. The prices will be very cheap early on. You'll be able to get everything that you need in the auction house. So now we come to actually questing and fighting in Blade and Soul. So you can see here, killing one mob by yourself, very slow. Well, I wouldn't say very slow, but it's gonna take a while to level up that way. The best way to do it is AoE farm. You can see here, this is how you AoE farm in Blade and Soul. You're gonna go and run and dash. And so as you run and dash, you're going to trigger, and you're going to hear those dings, and you're going to alert these mobs. All the mobs are now going to chase you. This works out in instant zones very well, because again, all these monsters are yours. You can gather them up. And instead of killing one mob every 30 seconds, you're going to kill 10 to 15 mobs in 1 or 2 minutes. So you can see here, here's a whole bunch of mobs. Pretty much every class has some AoEs or has the ability to actually kill things like this. And if you run into trouble, just use some potions and some healing things. You can die, and dying isn't the be-all, end-all bad thing. Nothing really significant happens if you do die, and you can see your leveling experience will go up dramatically. Combine this with a 100% EXP potion, or drop rate or EXP increase potion from the cash shop. You're going to be leveling up in no time. So rinse and repeat. There are different areas. Whenever you find an area, an instance for the most part that has a whole bunch of mobs that are fairly close by, go ahead, AoE farm, do this for a couple levels at each spot, potentially 3 to 4 levels, and you will be leveling up in no time. These are the biggest tips you have for Blade and Soul for the launch. You don't want to AoE farm in a non-instanced area, because then there's going to be a lot of other players, a lot of other competition. You won't be able to actually do that. But yeah, there you go. You also... Yeah. See, if you do pull too many like that, you die. It's not a big deal. Nothing really bad happens. Just rinse and repeat, start over. The next thing that you want, okay, crafting and gathering, you get to their Jadestone Village around level 15. Make sure that you unlock these. You have to go through this quest chain. You talk to all the NPCs there. You can pick up 2 gathering and 2 crafting proficiencies per character. Make sure that you do this. This is very important. You want to unlock these. These guys are going to go and gather and craft things for you. You do not need to sit at a node and actually harvest it over and over again like in other MMO games. You just need to harvest it once, and then it comes into your book of harvestable stuff, and then you send out workers to go and harvest that material. So if you need, say, stone, you're going to go harvest the stone once. Now your whole crew, your workers, your NPCs have it in their book. They can go and harvest that stone forever. There's going to be a time period where they need to harvest, so it's going to take 30 minutes, 2 hours, 10 hours, etc. Times like that. So you're going to harvest while you are actually playing and leveling on the go. These are the essential things that you need to know about Blade and Soul, and this is what you going to want to do ASAP as soon as you get in game. Once you start breaking away from the pack, you're going to be able to AoE farm more efficiently, and once you start learning your skills, you again will AoE farm more efficiently. You'll be able to spin those wheels and earn your gear. One of the reasons that you do want to get leveled up as fast as possible in Blade and Soul is that probably one of the best armor sets in the game, or Bopay sets, or Soul Shield sets, whatever you want to call them, that pie thing, is a level 45 PvP set. So level 45 PvP set, as it sounds, is acquired through PvP contents. Well, sort of. You have to go kill NPCs, and the NPCs give you points. You're in a hostile faction area, and you can fight other players and steal their points and such. And so getting there first will allow you to get there with little to no resistance. You'll be able to get your PvP set. You'll be fully decked out and geared really, really quick and efficient, rather than taking several hours / days to do this if you have hundreds upon hundreds of other players trying to do the same thing and ganking other players there. So those are the main reasons that you do want to level up quickly. You also want to just kind of power through the basic crappy questing system and get straight to the fun of actually high-end level dungeons or PvP in the arena. And the arena PvP is balanced, completely balanced. You don't have to worry about anything. You do not need to repair your weapon for the PvP in the arena. You can equip a crappy weapon, and it has no bearing on your stats whatsoever. So that's one of the biggest tips, is to equip a crappy weapon, keep a piece of shit weapon, put it into the arena, and just go ahead and fight. As you fight during the arena matches, you will be losing durability, stamina on your weapon, and it gets costly if you are constantly repairing your weapon and you don't realize that you do not actually need to repair your weapon. You do not need to have a good weapon equipped in the arena. All your stats are all balances. The only thing that you need to actually unlock for the arena play is your skills, and customize your character how you want with the skill tree. So those are the tips right there. I didn't really touch on the Hongmoon Weapon, but that's kind of basic. You want to make sure that you keep your very first starting weapon. It's the Hongmoon Weapon. That weapon you're going to keep until all the way to the end game. That is pretty much the best weapon in game, and you're going to constantly be upgrading that over and over again. If you kind of didn't know that already, you're in trouble. That's kind of one of the most basic things that you should have already known about Blade and Soul. If you need more information, check out some of the other guides out there. There's some great information. There's also some links down below to see more AoE farming, to more on crafting and gathering, and more specific topics. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like and share button. I will see you in Blade and Soul.